Damien Chazelle knocked us out with Whiplash, and now he's back with La La Land, which stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone as a pair of creatives who live in Los Angeles and are sort of pulled together by their own sort of aspirations and ambitions and drives. No pun intended. They actually come together or meet for the first time as they are driving to very specific jobs that they have within the Los Angeles community. Now, the thing that makes this movie special, as you've probably no doubt heard, is that it's a musical. It's a modern musical, and Chazelle and company pull no punches on creating these huge, elaborate set pieces. They actually stop traffic. I think it's on the 405, the famous parking lot known as the 405 freeway in Los Angeles, where there are always traffic jams. They have a giant cinematic traffic jam, and everybody's singing and dancing and bouncing all over the place. That's the way this movie starts. And if that sounds like hell on earth for you, you're not going to dig this movie, because there are a lot of great, elaborate song and dance scenes in this movie. I, for one, adore movies like Singing in the Rain. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I like the musical genre. I love the fact that a lot of the modern animation that's coming out of Disney and company has been, sort of a move towards these classic movie musicals. So it's unbelievably exciting and refreshing to see that musical kind of brought back. I'm a big fan of Baz Luhrmann and what he did with Moulin Rouge. Even The Great Gatsby's got some huge sort of musical kind of themes to it as well. And this movie doesn't have that scale, that budget. It doesn't have the mega multi-millions, because it's risky stuff. There just aren't that many musicals made these days. But Whiplash was such a great, sensational film that kind of celebrated music and the efforts it takes to create good music. And of course, got lots of award recognition, great performances in that film. And I think Chazelle he's literally on fire right now. Not literally, hopefully not, but he's on fire right now with his career. So studios are willing to kind of give him money and the benefit of the doubt to build some pretty big things. But I also have to credit Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, who have to do some pretty risky stuff here. I mean, they're doing some soft shoe and tap dance type moves in the middle of a Beverly Hills street, and they come off very convincing. I don't think they're singing maybe up to the sort of the best that we've seen on screen before, but certainly their dancing is just so wonderful to watch. I mean, that's really what this thing is. It's a movie of sort of the expression of joy, the expression of having dreams and chasing them, and especially in a soul-crushing city like Los Angeles, which is just filled with talent, but not necessarily filled with success, And here are two struggling people. One of them is a musician, played by Ryan Gosling, and one of them is an actor, played by Emma Stone, who have grand ambitions and a tremendous amount of talent and willpower, but they're just getting beaten down. And together, when they meet, is when things start to get interesting for both of them, not just in their own relationship that occurs on screen, but also with their careers. And there's some great drama, some actual fantastic scenes that take place with these two actors kind of contending with what happens in a relationship when the work starts to kind of take over a little bit, and that's stuff that anybody in any kind of career can sympathize and empathize with. And then, of course, there are lots of song and dance scenes that bust out in the middle of all of this stuff. It's in 2016, it's a very weird movie. It feels like a big flight of fancy. It feels, a little unrealistic, of course, because we don't all just break out into song and dance. But holy crap, do we need movies like this, especially with all the darkness in real life, all of the heavy news that surrounds us all the time and all over the place. This is a movie that absolutely celebrates Hollywood and the dream making that Hollywood is capable of, the glamour that Hollywood has produced for us, and the musicals are central to that. This idea that life is a song and dance, and even down moments can create some pretty beautiful art, and that happens throughout this. There are some absolutely sad scenes in this film that also erupt into some really beautiful musical montage. And listen, I know this movie won't be for everybody, but I think that if you have a heart that's open to the movie musical, if you respect the careers of Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, because here are two actors that seem to take some really fantastic creative risks again and again. They're both wonderful. They're both fantastic in these roles. And you were a fan of Whiplash. I think this is a movie that you're going to love. I certainly did. I think La La Land is one of the best of the year. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.